Hello everybody, hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to walk you through the Rocket Hindi program. And I'm going to start with some of the ancillary features before I get into how to use the actual program, because I think they're really good. I'm going to start here with the My Toolbox. And if we come in here, we can see that we are in something called Advanced Learning Techniques. And if we scroll down a little bit, we can see there's a section here called Your Unique Learning Style. If we click in there, this is a place where we can learn what kind of learner we are. There are several different kind of learners: visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners. Basically, we all learn in different ways, and we use different activities to different degrees of success. And you want to find out what sort of learner you are so that you don't waste a bunch of time with activities that you don't like or that you find frustrating or that you just don't learn well with. And that's a great part of this program. It's better than programs that just throw you a bunch of words and phrases and dialogues and expect you to just cram it all into your head. That's not a good way to learn. And this is a great way to figure out what's the best way for you to learn. And there's a lot more. If we come down, we can see here's a 5-step language learning plan. This is a great way for you to build a blueprint for your success. You don't just dive in and start learning and then get bored and quit. You sit down, you make a plan, and you follow the plan, and you succeed. And if you come down here even more, we can see there's building confidence. Want to become a more confident speaker? Make friends with grammar, memory tips and tricks, how to learn tons of new words, the secret to becoming a fluent speaker. So you can see here that before you even get into learning Hindi, you're going to get in here and you're going to learn how to learn. And that's something that most language learning companies overlook, but most people, they don't really know what is the best way to learn. And this is a great place for you to do that before you get into the program. I'm going to show you one more thing in here. It's called the phrase finder. So if you come in here, for example, and you type in, how are you? The program automatically gives you all of these phrases, and you can see how are you to a woman, how are you speaking to a man, how are you to a man to a younger woman. It gives you all this information just because you typed in one phrase, how are you. In addition to that, I'm going to go over this more later, but you get something called Rocket Record.
आप कैसी हैं?
And I'm going to go give you a demonstration of this more later. I just want to show you that if you type in a phrase, it gives you a bunch of other phrases, different versions of it, and it gives you an audio portion. So this is a huge part of the program, and it's really great, and you should spend some time here if you get this program. All right, next part is my forum. This is another great part of this project. And if you come down here, you can see conversation in Hindi, Hindi culture and travel, Hindi feedback, Hindi grammar, Hindi vocab, and updates to the program. And you get a lifetime membership to this private forum, and in this private forum is a native Hindi speaker. So you can come in here and go into Hindi grammar, for example, and ask a question about Hindi grammar, Hindi vocab, anything you want. There's a native speaker in here that's going to answer all of your questions. So it's kind of like getting a personal tutor, and for $100 that this program costs, you get a lifetime membership. It's worth it even if you don't use the software. Even if you've got your own software, you designed it by yourself, or you're learning with books, it's worth $100 for a lifetime of being able to come in and get answers from a Rocket Hindi native speaker. And in addition to that, you probably will be using this program. And so you get to come in here and also talk with a bunch of other people who are using the program just like you. And it makes you feel like you're really part of a community. You're not just sitting, in your basement with some, you know, little light bulb and trying to jam a language into your head. You get to learn with a bunch of new people and interact with them. And it's a really great part of the program. And similar to that is what they have here is called My Badges. If you come down here, you can see the leaderboard. These are people from all of the Rocket language programs, so not just Hindi. This top one is a Hindi, then there's a French, Italian, Japanese, Arabic, another French, German, a few more French people. And this is, you get points when you come into the program and you use things. So if you look in here, how do I get points? Asking a question in the forum, answering a question in the forum, 200 points for asking, 1,000 points for answering, using Rocket Record. So as you go through and use the program, you get points. So it really motivates you because you got all these people and you get up on a leaderboard and you're working hard and you can see that you're competing with other people. It's a really great way, again, to be a part of a group and a part of a community of people who are going through the same things you are as you try to learn a new language. Okay, those are some of the best ancillary features. There are more, but I don't want to bore you by walking through every piece of the program. So I'm going to come up here and actually start learning with the program and show you how that's done. You spend most of your time here in the interactive audio section. And if I come down here and I hit the play button, it will load the audio file. A little bit of music. And if we look over here, we see that this audio file is nearly 19 minutes long. And that's 19 minutes basically for you to learn this dialogue right here. And here it is with English letters and translated into English. So this isn't just a recording of the dialogue. There is a recording of the dialogue right here. This is only the dialogue. There's no learning. But up here, you have a few hosts in here to help you, native Hindi speaker and native English speaker. And they work together, and they walk you through learning. They'll sometimes ask you a question. What does this mean? How do you say this? They'll involve you in a conversation. So the native English speaker will tell you what to do, and then you interact with the native Hindi speaker. It's almost like having someone, live sitting there with you. They're not actually there, but in terms of speaking, it feels like it. It's really well done. It's very similar to a Pimsleur program. But this is much better because the Pimsleur program is only this, where here you also get language and culture, writing, and games. So it's a good part of the program. And here is actually where I spend more time learning. In the practice tab, you can see here is the full dialogue, each part of it. And down here are a bunch of other words that go along with the dialogue. As I said before, you don't want to just be a parrot and hear something and repeat it and memorize the dialogue and hope that when you talk to somebody they say the exact thing that you learned in the dialogue. That's not a good way to learn a language. You have to learn the base, but then you have to learn words and phrases that go along with it. And when you're in here in the practice section, that's exactly what you do. And I'm going to show you something here called the Rocket Record feature.
तुम
Any word and phrase in the program, you hit this button
तुम
and you get a native Hindi speaker giving you the pronunciation. And then you can hit this red button and record your own voice. Doom. Voice. Doom. Voice.
तुम
Doom. I hit mine a little bit soon there. And what I like to do, as you noticed, is I like to wait until my recorder gets over here so that I can play it, hear theirs, then hear mine. Doom.
तुम
Doom. Then I can compare them. Do I sound like them or not? This lady, she's got a really high voice. I'm not really sure that I can get mine up there.
तुम
Doom? Maybe I don't really have to. Doom?
तुम
Doom? I sound like an idiot. That's alright. Learning language, you gotta sound like an idiot. You don't have to record it and show everybody. You can just sit in your house and do it by yourself. But as you see there, it's a recording feature where you can compare your voice. I think the way they have it set up is you're supposed to do it at the same time as theirs, but I actually prefer to have theirs and then mine. These are for words. As you can see up here, we've got the entire dialogue.
नमस्कार निकिता, कैसी हैं आप?
So I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because everybody's going to laugh at me. But it's the whole dialogue. And once you master all of this, then I like to go back here into the conversation and use this one so that I can learn all the words and phrases and practice them a lot, and then come in here and speak the whole dialogue. And also, if you look up here on this PDF button, this is where you can go and print out all of these dialogues. And if you look up here, you can see you can download the full audio. So you can download the audio and print out the PDFs, and you can learn, out in the park or in your backyard or on the bus. You gotta speak a lot, so you might want to, if you go to Starbucks, sit in the back where there's no one else around you, because you're going to look kind of funny. But you can take it with you and learn it any way you like. The next part of the program is the language and culture program. We're going to come in here and check out this 1.6, Where Are You From? It's the next chapter from the one that I just showed you. And if we scroll down, we can see that right now we're in the language tab. And in the language tab here, they're teaching you the names of all these different countries: India, America, England, France, Germany, China, etc. And again, like I said, you don't want to just be a parrot repeating things and hoping that when you meet a Hindi speaker, you are introduced the exact same way that you were with the dialogue. So if you ask somebody, where are you from, then you've got to understand their answer. Otherwise, what's the point of asking them, right? So you can come in here and learn all these different words of these different countries. And then also personal pronouns, how to say I, me, you. You for if you show a bit more respect to somebody, and this one is even a higher degree of respect. He, she, they, we. So these are all things that go along with the dialogue and allow you to build on them, so you're not just listening and repeating. And in the culture tab, this is where they teach you a bit about the countries that speak the language, in this case Hindi, and they tell you about, this is about handshakes and is it appropriate with women, and it didn't used to be appropriate for men and women to shake hands. Now, if you're in sort of a bigger city, it's okay, but they generally do this sort of hand clasping move here. So it's a lot more than just learning the language. You learn a bit of the culture, so that when you do introduce yourself or say hello, you don't just know the language, you also know how to act appropriately in the culture. And there's one of those, a corresponding language and culture lesson, as you can see here, for each lesson that you learn in the interactive audio. And in addition to that, there is a writing lesson for each chapter. And we're going to go in here and check out how to write the alphabet. It's quite a big alphabet. If you're learning Hindi, you've got a lot of work. Here are all of the vowels, and you can see here we got to scroll down, 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 down more to get all of the consonants. There are quite a few of them. And like before, you get the Rocket Record to go along with each of them. So let's pick out one here. I can embarrass myself.
Nga.
And then I'll try here. Nah. Oh, that was bad.
Nga.
Nah. Oh, how do I get such a whiny, nasally voice? I don't really sound like that in real life. I promise. Let me try that again.
Nga.
Nah.
Nga.
Nah. It's gotta be the microphone. I sound like I've got a flu or someone punched me in the face. Anyway, you can go down here and you can practice speaking all of the letters. And up here again, you can download these in a PDF so that you can put them on paper and practice writing them, because of course you want to write them and read them and pronounce them, and you get to do that all in here. And the last part is the games. So you can come in here and there is the phrase master and the word master, and you come in here and you get this little guy who walks across a bridge and you got to save him. And it teaches you how to listen and spell the words. It looks like my internet here. I live in Thailand right now. I'm here learning the Thai language, and my internet connection is not that great. So they are really good games, but unfortunately I can't show them to you right now. Sorry about that. Oh, here we go. Sorry. It loaded. And you can see here, I'm going to go for level 1.
So.
And it says so. I'm going to pause it. And then you got to put the letters in here to build the bridge. So you got to know the pronunciation and the listening, and then you got to be able to pick out the word. And it's a fun game. You just play it over and over. One thing I do recommend, if you get this program or anyone else, is this program here. I use it quite often when I'm learning languages. It's called BYKI. You can get it for free. You can get it for free, and you can use the list they provide, or you can pay for the premium version. This is the premium version. It's $69. And this is the best way to learn vocabulary words, I think, of any language program that's out there. And it's really just for learning vocabulary words.
Ngò.
And you just flip through the cards, and it's got an algorithm in it. So if you miss cards, those cards come up more and more and more.
Pò.
And you go through them, and you can do writing and reading and listening, all just learning vocabulary words. So just a little bit extra there for you. Whatever program you use, I really recommend that you get that BYKI program with it. And that's going to wrap it up for this walkthrough of the Rocket Hindi program. If you do try this program, or if you have any questions about it, please come by my website, speakoutlanguages.com, and leave some messages. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I am a language instructor. I teach in a university. I've been a teacher for about 10 years, and I've lived in Korea, China, the Philippines, and I currently live in Thailand, and I've learned a lot of languages. I'm not very good at it. I'm a very slow learner, but I've learned a lot from my mistakes. So please come by speakoutlanguages.com and ask some questions. Thanks, and have a good day.